Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I am Zhong, owner of a Dragon House. Today is September 25th. Right next to me, we have Daniel Euler. Euler. Thank you for correcting my pronunciation on your name. And let's introduce Daniel to all the MMA fight fans out there. Where are you born and raised? Where are you coming from, Daniel?
I was born in Sacramento, California, raised in Rio Linda, California. And wrestled high school there. And now I train at Toro Z Muay Thai.
So now, how long have you been practicing martial arts?
Like I said, I wrestled in high school. I did about a year or two of jiu-jitsu, and I've been striking now for about a year or two from Toro Z Muay Thai.
Nice. Now, where is this gym at, the gym you train at?
It's located right near Oak Park. It's off Stockton Boulevard, right there in Midtown, Sacramento.
Is it a new gym?
It's been around for about 2 years now in this location that we're at.
I see. And then now you are one of the original members in that gym, right?
Yes, I'm one of the few. I'd say there's about a dozen or so that have been there longer than me.
I see. Now the gym has been established for a couple of years of young age and still got a long way to go in Sacramento. And what do you guys' specialty at your gym?
Definitely Muay Thai. It's definitely a striking gym.
Striking gym. And the gym called
Toro Z Muay Thai. Toro is on bolt.
Toro Z Muay Thai. Is that the owner's name, Toro's?
Well, no, his name is Iggy Zambrano. So that's where the Z comes from. It's Toro because it's a bull. You rush forward, you strike.
Ah, okay. That's an interesting name. That's pretty cool, you know. Now, I've been following you guys on Instagram, and I never had any fighter from your gym fighting on our event before. Is your gym, you the only fighter?
No, we have a few other fighters. We have one that's actually fighting the A1 Combat card on the 15th also.
Oh, the week after?
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty good. Are they pro or amateur?
He's an amateur. He's 1-0 right now.
He's 1-0. Wow, so you guys building like a brand new, fresh team.
Yes.
Now, do you have a full-time job, Daniel?
Yes, I do armed security actually.
Oh, shoot.
Yes.
You do armed security?
Yeah.
And how long have you been doing security work?
About a year now.
You like it?
Yeah. Pretty fun.
So you work in Sacramento. You don't come down to the Bay too often, huh?
Actually, I used to work down here too. I used to do the Walgreens for the Bay Area for Richmond, El Cerrito.
No shit.
Yes.
Wow. So what happened to the Walgreens closed down?
No, I just got a better paying job in Sacramento.
That's good. You got a large family, brothers, sisters, and all that?
Yeah, I got 5 siblings.
5 siblings?
Yep.
Oh shoot, you come from a whole basketball team.
They're all 5 foot.
Oh shit. They're brothers or sisters?
Let's see, I have 2 brothers and 3 sisters.
They're all kind of similar your height?
Yep, we're all right about 5'6", 5'7".
Now, according to what I know from the coach that I talked to, your opponent, Carlos Sanchez, you know, he's also similar your height, or might be even an inch or 2 shorter, you know. So how do you feel about preparing for Carlos on this upcoming fight?
I mean, that's nice. It's the first person I've ever fought that's not like 6 foot.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Now, you're fighting at 165 pound, a catch weight for this fight. What do you walk around weigh right now?
Between 180 and 185.
So it's not too big of a cut, 20 pound?
Not really.
So that's pretty good now. So what belts are you on jiu-jitsu? What rank are you on jiu-jitsu?
I'm a white belt still, because I don't usually train the gi.
I see. So do you actually train jiu-jitsu like in a different gym? Or I know some fighters, they'll train Muay Thai on their own gym or boxing their own gym.
So I do train at Ralph Gracie's out there in Natomas.
I see.
But most of the time in the fight camp, I usually just train for mostly striking, and I just come in for my morning classes there.
I see. Now you have one fight coming off as 0-1. Well, let's tell us a little bit about what your experience and how it feels like when you get into the cage on your first fight.
To be honest, that was like, it was kind of nerve-wracking. I kind of didn't, I kind of just tuned everything. I didn't hear anybody. I didn't listen to my coach. I didn't even realize that all 6 minutes passed, and I was like, oh, the fight's already over.
Oh, shoot. You lost by decision, right?
Yes.
How do you feel about your performance on your last fight?
I cut way too much weight, and me and my opponent both took the fight on the scale. So, because both of our opponents didn't show up.
Oh, shoot.
So we did it at a catch weight again.
Oh, damn. What weight do you fighting at on that fight?
I came in at 159.
Oh,
and
shit.
he was 168.
Oh, shit. So you got 10 pounds different.
Yeah.
And those fights, they are usually weighed the same day, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so like, you know, on this upcoming show, you know you weigh the day before, right?
Yes.
So it's a little bit better. People don't have to like bang their body up so much because weighing a few hours before, then you fight.
Yeah.
Sometimes can be a little rough, you know, but this you have a whole day rehydrate, resting, and, you know, so prepare for the fight. That's going to be nice, especially it's a Pro-Am card, you know. So now on this upcoming fight card, what do you know about your opponent?
Not much. His gym, at least what I heard, they have pretty good jiu-jitsu, and that's about it. I haven't really seen much else. I've seen a little bit of a few of the striking videos on their gym page, but that's about it.
So how do you prepare? This is a funny thing too. If you find somebody that has a fight already, then you're dealing with somebody have more experience, and then you kind of also know how they fight, what you're dealing with. When you're fighting a debut, it's like they have a lack of experience, we assume, but you also don't know what you're dealing with. You can't really tell how you fight camps and all that. Like, I never met Carlos before. I'm probably gonna meet him next week. So first time I'm gonna get to know who he is. So how do you prepare for him?
To be honest, just prepare as much as you can. Put us through as many different scenarios as you can to think of it. And what I learned from the first fight is just push the pace. Don't let them set any pace. Don't let them get comfortable at all.
Now, you consider yourself more like a striker or more like a grappler?
More like, kind of like a Michael Chandler, where I got crazy power and I can hit hard, but I definitely got the power to grab you and slam you whenever I feel like it.
Nice. So little Michael Chandler. Now, who's your favorite UFC fighter?
My favorite, well, he was my favorite. I was a big fan of Volkanovski, but now he's kind of on his skid, so.
Right, well, he's kind of a little downhill.
Yeah.
You know? Now, Michael Chandler's fighting number 2, going against Charles Oliveira.
Yeah.
What you think of that fight?
All depends on how the first round goes. He's either going to start the first round or he might be in for a long night.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're doing a 5-minute round, but one thing about Michael Chandler is his gas tank has always been his biggest issue because he's so explosive. That's how I think Charles beat him on the first fight, is when he started gassing out, faded away a little bit, and Charles started catching up on him, you know?
Yeah.
So, how do you feel about your gas tank on your last fight?
It wasn't too bad, but I did notice because of my weight cut, I wasn't out of energy, but I didn't have any explosiveness.
Right. Well, it's the same day weight doesn't
Yeah.
help. So now you've been wrestling for a couple years, Muay Thai for a couple years, and you know, so you've been practicing in general for a few years now.
Yeah.
So, you know, how do you see yourself like in the future as an MMA fighter? You want to make it as a career, make it to a pro, or how do you feel? What do you want to achieve?
Yeah, I want to go pro for a little while, and then like eventually I just want to become like probably a grappling coach of some type for like MMA fighters.
Right. Now, what weight class do you want to settle in the future?
Working on trying to get down to 55. I'm gonna have to lose a little bit of muscle and trim down a little more. Do some long distance runs to get that muscle off.
Do you do a lot of like weightlifting?
Yes, I used to powerlift when I was in the Army.
Oh shoot! How long have you been in the Army?
I was in the Army for 5 years.
Shoot. So from what age to what age you in the Army?
From 18 to 23.
Oh damn. So those are college time, right?
Yep.
So how did that work? Do you go to college after you come out, or do you?
I tried. I went for 3 semesters, and I just kind of realized college wasn't for me.
And you just started working, making the paycheck, got the overhead going. So damn, so it was 5 years. And then when you got out of Army, that's when did you start like actually getting into like a training martial arts and all that?
I would say it was about a year after I got out. I had my buddies kept saying it because I was like, I'm kind of bored of lifting, and he's like, yo, why don't you come do jiu-jitsu? He's like, you wrestled? Come do jiu-jitsu. And I was like, I don't know. And then the first time I went to Nogi, I was like, yeah.
You want to try it? Yeah. This is cool. That's pretty cool. Like, you know, now do you follow the California amateur, you know, the amateur scenes where all the fighter is? Do you follow some of the fighters?
Yeah, like I follow the A1 page. I follow some of the other pages too, just here and there. I look at the fights posted, like I'll look at the highlights.
Do you have any names out there that you have an eye on it? 155, 170, or give it somewhere in between?
Not at the moment. I was like, I haven't set that far yet.
So now this is not, you have to be all focused on, this is right in front of you, is Carlos Sanchez. That's pretty awesome. Now, if people want to get a hold of you, Daniel, to come watching you fight, support you, buying ticket, watching you fight, how can people contact you?
I would say the easiest way is just hit me up on my Instagram, the only Euler 95.
The only you.
The only Euler, it's my last name. The only Euler 95. I was born in 95.
The only Euler 95.
Yep.
So it's THE Euler 95.
THEONLY. The only Euler 95.
The only Euler 95. That's
yes.
pretty good. Now, on this upcoming fight, do you have any special loved one, training partners, supporters that you want to shout out to?
I just want to say thanks to my coach and my team. They're pouring out extra bunch of stops, and they let me come in early because I have a weird work schedule right now. So I'm coming in on times that aren't normal schedule times, and bringing in a lot of other teammates that to come wrestle and do other things too that it's not a normal time. So they're basically working around my schedule. So that's what I think of them.
That's a very good support system you have. Now on this upcoming fight, it's all your families come watching you fight?
Yeah.
Hopefully, I come from Sacramento. It's a little drive for you, but
yeah,
it'll be interesting, you know. And the cool thing about fighting on our show, all the amateurs, they get to wait the day before, you know. So now, if your opponent, Carlos, watching this interview, what do you have to say to Carlos?
Just be ready.
How do you think the fight's gonna go down?
I think I beat him with a jab, keep a long guard, keep him on the feet. And if he tries to take me down, I basically just top control, ground and pound.
You think this fight will go to distance?
I don't think so, no.
You're going to finish him?
Yes.
First, second?
Probably second.
Second. That's pretty awesome. Now, for more information about this upcoming fight card, November 9th at the heart of San Francisco, Keys R Pavilion, please check out DragonHouseMMA.com. We are updating the website this week, and a lot of matchups are going to be on there. So follow me on Instagram. Big news coming soon. We are building a grappling studio, pro grappling studio in Stockton, probably going to be debuted to the public around beginning of December. So all the pro grapplers, making sure you guys stay tuned. Dragon House Submission Only Grappling Pro League. It's going to be something going on in December, so making sure you guys stay tuned. Follow me on Instagram, subscribe my YouTube channel, you know, DM me if you guys have any question. So sucks this morning, I just realized my Facebook got hacked, so gotta have to reset password and do some of the shit. So like, you ever get hacked from your?
Yeah, or you click the link and then
I'm like, fuck, man. Like, every kid messaging me like, why you send me a request?
Something about glasses and you're like, oh, you click it and you're like, oh.
Yeah, so I'm like, what the fuck? And all of a sudden, like, oh man, I just realized that I never been hacked before. Knock on wood, I finally did this morning. So hopefully, people on Facebook, if anybody send you. From me, it's not from me. It's like, you know, it's friend request, whatever. Just watch out on that. So, any last word you want to say to all the fight fans out there? You know, any interesting story you want to share with people? Growing up, are you always stocky like this?
I mean, I've always been pretty lean like that. Yeah, but like I'd say I really blew up in the army. Like I went from being like 160 to like 200 pounds, and like I went on my first deployment and like. All I did is just lift, eat, and work out, and there was nothing else to do.
So where did you deploy at?
I went to Qatar.
Qatar.
It's on the other side of the peninsula of Iran. Like my whole job was just to sit there and watch missile silos to make sure they didn't launch any missiles. Like that was my entire job. I just sat and watched radars.
Ever shoot anybody or no?
No, I was commo, so actually I did communication encryptions. I encrypt the radios, I encrypt the radars, I did everything like that.
And see any dead body before?
Once?
Yeah. Now, is that true? Like people go into the army and they come back and sometimes they have some kind of a mental side effect?
I would say it's more like you notice how the army structured you later on in life because you can't go back to a normal structure.
So once you're in that few years.
Yeah, it's like I can't not be on time. I can't not put stuff like organized a certain way.
Do you ever think about like if you can make a career out of that and go back to another turn? Do you think you ever do that?
No.
No.
I enjoy being out too much. I can wake up whenever I feel like it.
Yeah. Well, why don't you try to become like a police or something like that since you have that kind of background? You ever think about that? Like going to like a law enforcement work?
Well, what I was thinking about doing is go for Homeland Security.
Yeah. Even like a Coast Guard, is that considered Homeland?
Not really, but
No.
still, like, that's.
But yeah, I mean that would be a job like FBI
Yeah.
or something crazy, you know.
Yeah.
Since you got that background already, it's on your resume, you know. But anyway, hey, you know, salute to you. Serve our country, serve for the U.S. people, and then serve our, you know, safety and everything. So gotta be head up in the army, and right there, it's another a U.S. hero making his MMA fight return. The last fight was a year ago, right?
Yep. Last February.
Oh shoot, it's a year and a half.
Yeah.
Almost. It's going to be like a year and 9 months by the time you fight. Wow. So what happened to you taking that time off?
I just had a few random, like, you know, just small injuries. Like, I used to work at a glass warehouse, and I picked something up and just pulled something. It was like right after the fight, like a day or two later, kind of like just had a weird tweaked injury, and just kind of like had to go, you know, do a bunch of PT and just
Take some time off?
Yeah, it took some time off, and then that's actually when I went to that guard school, and I was switching careers. So like I was working like almost 70-hour weeks, so I just didn't really have time to train like that.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, I guess the interview, it's ended here. All you guys get to know Daniel, a lot of his personal ideas, stories, and where he's born and raised. We'll see him perform November 9th at Kezar Pavilion. This event's a live stream pay-per-view nationwide. If anyone wants to watch the fight, can make it. Making sure you guys order your live stream pay-per-view from DragonHouseMMA.com. Daniel will probably either the first or the second fight of the night. Door opens at 3 p.m. First fight kicks off at 4, so don't miss it out. He might be the first or the second fight of the night. Sounds good. Thank you, Daniel.
Yep.
Good to have you on board. I'm signing out.